Magandang gabi sa ating lahat. Ngayong gabi ay patuloy nating pag-aaralan ng provisions of God sa ating lahat, sa ating mananampalataya. At ngayong gabi, ang topic natin particularly is the abundant grace, sufficient provision, and good work. So, ang talata na pag-aaralan natin ngayong gabi ay 2 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 8. So, sabi dito, "And God is able to bless you abundantly, so that in all things, at all times, having all that you need, you will abound in every work, every good work." So, dear brothers and sisters, in the reassuring words of 2 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 8, we find the profound revelation about God's overflowing grace, sufficient provision, and the purpose of good work. So let us delve into these teachings and uncover the applications that shape our walk with the Lord. So, gaya nga sinasabi natin, we need to know the abundant grace, that the provision of God is sufficient for us, and also we need to do a good work. So you will abound in every good work. You need to follow every good work in order to receive provision. So ang mga katuruan natin ngayong gabi ay una, God's grace is overflowing. Nag-uumapaw ang biyaya, ang grasya ng Panginoon, ng Diyos. So the verse begins with the assurance that God is not just willing but able to bless us abundantly. So His grace is not measured or limited. It overflows in every aspect of our lives. So in His boundless grace, God desires to pour blessings upon His children. Next is God's provision is sufficient. So sakto ito para sa ating mananampalataya. Hindi ito kulang. Hindi magkukulang. So God's ability to bless us extends to all things and at all times. So His provisions is not just barely enough. It is sufficient for every need. In trusting God's provision, we acknowledge His faithfulness to meet us where we are and guide us through every circumstance. Third teaching natin is God's purpose is good work. So, mabuting gawa ang purpose ng Diyos. So the overflow of God's grace is sufficient provision is not merely for personal comfort but for greater purpose. So hindi tayo binibigyan ng provision para sa ating lang, para tayo maaliw lamang para sa ating personal gain, but for greater purpose, good work. So God desires that we abound in every good work, becoming vessels through which His love, mercy, and justice are manifest in the world. So, ang application natin ngayong gabi sa ating topic ngayon is una, trust God's grace. So place your trust in the overflowing grace of God. Recognize that His love and favor towards you are boundless. So embrace the reality that His grace is sufficient to cover every aspect of your life. And rest in the assurance that you are a recipient of His unmerited favor. Next is rely on God's provision. In all circumstances, rely on God's provision, whether facing challenges or experiencing moments of abundance. Acknowledge that He is the source of every good gift. Surrender your worries to Him, confident that His provision is both timely and sufficient. Third and last is fulfill God's purpose. So live a life abounding in every good work. Recognize that God's grace and provision equip you for a purpose beyond personal comfort. Be intentional in seeking opportunities to contribute to the well-being of others and participate in the fulfillment of God's redemptive plan. So in conclusion, may 2 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 8 inspire you to trust in God's overflowing grace, rely on His sufficient provision, and actively engage in the purpose of good work. So as you walk in the richness of His blessings, may your life be a testament to His unending love and transformative power in His overflowing grace and purpose.